Yeah, I don't know.
Boy, they were giving the championship games down the country. They were saying if it played over today, all the analysts played over.
We're gonna call our meeting back in order.
That Alabama won them the same.
And our first item of business will be additional business to be discussed. Laura, you gonna take care of that?
Yes, I am. We have a few questions. The first one is the discussion of the second meeting in February. The 15th, which is a holiday, it would be our normal meeting, so we typically move it either to the Friday before, which would be the 12th, or then we would meet on the 16th, would be the Tuesday after the holiday. So we just needed to know, what is your preference, the Friday or the Tuesday?
I like Tuesday.
Daniel likes Friday, but I'm good with whatever.
Friday's Lincoln's birthday.
Well, we only get one day for President's Day now.
I know. I was just looking at the calendar and it showed up Lincoln's birthday. I thought, wow.
Well, let's just come on the 15th.
No, sir, I'm working a holiday.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm
which
good.
one y'all want to do?
It doesn't matter to me.
I can do either one. It's fine.
All right.
So which one is that?
I'll defer to Mr. Cross. He just has to owe me a big favor down the road.
You got it. You got it. Next time we have a holiday, we'll defer to where you want to go. That's it.
Okay, so we're going to take it on the 12th.
12th.
Okay.
Fine.
Thank you.
Don't have to vote on that. The next thing is an update on the old courthouse. I have just one at this time quote. We had looked into getting quotes, and I have not received a second on doing another asbestos and air quality test for any kind of mold or anything that might be up there. In 2001, we had an asbestos test, and then in 2007, we had one. Both of them showed that there was asbestos in the flooring and the ceiling, but as long as it was undisturbed, and it has not been, disturbed, we haven't torn up the floor or anything, that it was not harmful to anybody. Also in 2013, we had a mold test conducted, and at that time, what they found, because y'all have seen the pictures, there is mold, that it was not black mold or anything harmful. It could be taken care of with regular household bleach. Since that time, several have mentioned that we might want to do a sampling again. This would be an air quality sampling here to see if there's any harmful mold spores or anything, and also to look at the asbestos. The only quote that I've gotten right now is $3,025 to do this. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention, see if you want me to proceed with the second.
Do we need a second quote if it's that small amount of money?
No, we don't have to. I was just going to see if somebody came in a little less.
It wouldn't hurt.
If y'all want to just, approve to do it by the lowest quote, then we could proceed.
I'm good with that.
I'd make that motion. I'd like to get it tested myself, just to feel better about everything in the atmosphere and our employees over there. So,
okay. Since this was just an update, if you'll make the motion to add it.
Yeah, I'll make that. Yep.
Okay. Have a motion by Mr. Cross to add this quote for doing asbestos and mold. Second by Mr. Morrow.
But
discussion?
You're gonna do it by as the lowest.
Right. I'm gonna get another quote, and we'll take the lowest.
And Laura, just one thing, just what we're testing over there, air sample quality, which should determine any type of breaks or whatever that may have happened in the floor, any of that nature, any type of hazardous atmosphere that those people could be inhaling.
Right. What this said, this will be an airborne, test the presence and level of the airborne fungi and the asbestos fibers.
Okay.
They will do it in the attic, the basement, the first floor, and the second floor.
Okay. Beautiful.
Okay.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Okay, that was to add it. Now do we need to approve it?
Approve it. Yeah, same motion for me, please.
Motion by Mr. Cross, second by Mr. Morrison. All in favor say aye. Ayes have it.
Okay, the next is a discussion on the vector control equipment. Since we did go with the company again that's going to do our vector control, we do have some equipment that we have used in the past. Just to see what y'all might want to do with the equipment that we have.
Can you share? One of y'all share something with us?
Yeah, we've got 7 trucks and I think 8 sprayers that we've had down there used for our spraying over the years. There's a varying degree on the trucks. The trucks are, you're not going to get anything out of them at sale. Some of the volunteer fire departments are on the assumption that they want some of them. I don't know. I want to talk to the chiefs before I would actually make that donation to them, just because I don't think they have a full understanding. Just because it looks okay doesn't actually mean that it's mechanically okay. We've got donations from those trucks that we have are donated trucks from the street department or the road department, one from the sheriff's office, and like I said, they're not in real good shape. The sprayers, on the other hand, some of those are in pretty good shape, and then we've got a lot of chemical that we're going to have to discuss. One of the problems that we've run across is the equipment. We think we can find a way to, either put it up for auction or, sell it or give it to somebody. I think there were some legal issues with the actual chemical. We've been in contact, Brian's been in contact with Pearl River County that has done the same thing that we've done and made some contributions, but once again, that's one of those things. If y'all decide or give us the go ahead to move or get rid of this equipment, it's going to have to be taken in as two different items. One's going to be for the equipment, and the other is going to be for the chemical. So,
and the chemical, I don't think we're sure of right now how we can give that to somebody, sell that to somebody, or dispose of it. The vehicles, and you can do separate from the sprayers, we can donate or sell as long as it's to a government entity, which would include, we could to any of our 7 fire protection districts that levy. Those are considered quasi-government, we can. Any of the volunteer fire departments, we cannot give them to them. We'd have to find some other way, whether it's by bid, like we did these, declare that they're of no value to us, post, and
what about
do a seal bid.
And I guess, does everybody know our history here, how we got to where we are?
Nope.
Last
Do or
year
don't?
we went out for bid and privatized doing our mosquito spraying. Up till then, we used all those 7 trucks and did all the spraying ourselves. So we've got one summer under our belt, and
Quite a bit of savings to the county.
about $100,000 a year.
Has your response from your constituents been okay? The level of
Yeah.
response?
Has
Yeah.
almost zero.
It actually opened up
Negative.
some of the things, some more services that could be provided by a contracting agent that our citizens could, if they wanted additional spraying on some land, that they could go out and contract with them that we weren't able to provide, being a county entity. We're very restricted on, where we had to spray.
Another thing, they, rather than just blanketing everything, they set the traps up. They can pinpoint the more serious areas where they may have to spray it twice, where they may the rest of it once. It's just been, honestly, I can say, and I think the other board members from the past would say, the phone calls and the problems virtually went away with this company.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
They had gone away.
Brian
They
wouldn't
were
say that
rerouted.
No, I'm talking about to us. I mean, you don't, you get a lot of them?
About the same as I did before.
I hardly get any.
I just forward over to Brian. It's usually the same people. So, but
Yeah, and any complaint that we received, I talked with the guys that were here earlier, and they've handled that not. So.
yeah.
Laura, what are you looking for us? Any kind of board action, or just do you want to give the authority to give her authority to her?
No, if you want to, if y'all are ready to dispose of it, not keep it stored for another year, then what we will do the next board meeting is we will have it on our consent as disposal of that equipment, that is no longer serviceable to us, so we'll take it out, and at that point we can decide whether we're going to
We'll have a plan
have
in
somebody that
place.
we can sell it to or give it to, or what we can do
Well,
with
do we
it.
still have some municipalities here that are doing their own?
Yes. Yeah, we
That
have.
might be a good landing
Is there
spot.
a shelf life on the chemicals?
No.
That
No.
I don't know.
So
No,
it's-
it's
said not.
exposure. I mean, it's got a exposure to the sun,
Yeah.
that will degrade the chemical, but it's
how much
not.
chemical do we have?
Approximately 1,400 gallons.
Which, how much will we use in a year, roughly?
Oh, God.
I could Probably use 1,400 gallons in about 2.5 months.
Okay, so you got about 2 months of chemical,
Right.
roughly, depending on the quantity of how much you're spraying.
Right,
or amount,
and,
time
you
you're
know, and
spraying.
that changes, you know, of course, yeah, that's a lot less for the municipalities. This could be and some municipalities have stopped spraying, you know, and it varies with them. Some spray sometimes, some.
I think you,
Well, let me ask one more thing, Bob. What is the cost for us to go spray for 2 months?
Per road mile?
Yeah.
Brian, have you got the per road mile?
Yeah, but the thing is, we don't have the drivers or anything now.
We had it broken down, and we based it on per road mile with the
I'm just
employees.
saying that we don't have an option of going out and just burning the rest of that 2 months of supply of chemical at a peak season here in the,
No.
as far as just dispersing it. That's not an option.
I think you need to get to the city sooner than later, because I'm sure they're getting ready to buy
Yeah.
chemicals here soon for their
Yeah.
upcoming season. I know Brandon does their own spray, and I'm sure.
The trucks would have to be,
Service.
serviced, the machines have to be
Everything's
brought
just
up,
been
all
stopped
that,
from-
all that would have to be done. I don't know that it'd be feasible.
But
to
I'd like to
even
make the
try that.
motion then, Laura, help me out, go Craig, with the crafting of the motion, that we allow her to, and Bob, I guess, to work to move this to the surplus item, or?
Yeah, and the one
Yes.
thing I wanted to add to that though, there are some fire departments out there, and I don't know, I think, does Lake Harbor fall in?
It is a
One of
fire
those
protection
seven,
district,
they fall
yes,
inside
it
the
does.
7 route. So I would like to be able to give those departments accessibility of those trucks to determine whether or not they want to add that to their inventory. I know Lake Harbor's fire department's brush trucks in pretty rough shape.
These are-
Provided
these
we
are
And they may be
don't have
worse.
to pay
a lot of
repair
small
costs on
pickups.
it.
Yeah, which would be perfect for like a brush type
As
activity.
is, where it
Something
is
lightweight,
with
they can
all
go off road with a
They
four-wheel
can't-
drive.
They're not those kind of.
Daniel, provided we don't have to pay repair costs on it.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
what
Let
we're
me,
getting at,
if
but
I may,
sometimes we-
Bob, I
we
want to
have
jump in
maintenance.
and answer
Mhm.
Bob's question. I don't think we need a motion.
No, we don't.
Undrivable.
At this stage,
They're all
Bob,
Or they're
because I
gonna be-
think you'll
no, they're
find that
drivable,
it'll
but
be
I mean, a
on the
problem,
surplus,
not
it'll be
a whole
action
lot
for
of
surplus at
out,
the next
and
meeting.
It's a liability. for
What,
us to come back
what we
and
also need to be
repair,
mindful
give them
about
a
Yeah.
piece of
is
junk.
that right
Most of
today,
these
we don't
trucks,
know for sure
they just run
that we
around
can
with it.
even
It's on
give
four-wheel
away
drive.
the chemical.
I'm on four-wheel drive.
We got to get on top of that, whether we can even do that.
We
So-
can sell it though, can't we?
Well,
No.
we don't
People-
know,
it
we don't know
may be
yet.
some good ones, but most of them highway trucks.
We've got to get on top of what we can do
Have to
with
pick
it.
up.
I think you can do it, but you're gonna have to go through.
We feel pretty good about the vehicles and the spray.
Sprayers, right.
We can handle that, but that
But
chemical.
Well, just put the chemical in the spray.
That's a lot
I think we're there.
Drive things. Yeah.
We could make an arrangement where that has to go with, you know, as a piece of equipment with the truck, I
Exactly,
guess.
so many gallons per truck.
What we can do within the next couple of weeks is figure out what we can do with the chemical and address it with you guys next time. And essentially, word can get out that we believe that we'll have vehicles and spray units available, so
Say it's out.
come see us
Yeah.
and get on the list and talk to us about it, so that we can sort of have an organized approach to it. Then we
See-
can just
see if
simply
you want.
have all of that organized for you guys to the next board meeting as to how we're gonna dispose of it.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I'd ask Brian to go ahead and reach out to the cities and let them know what we're thinking about
We will.
doing, so they can go ahead and be thinking their budgets or whatever if they need to.
I think that's kind of part of his plan. They just didn't want to say anything until we got a
Right.
green light from us.
The prior board held up doing anything with the equipment because we wanted to see if this private contract was gonna work out. So it looks pretty good at this stage. You guys have just renewed the contract, so there probably is not a need for us to keep holding on to that old equipment.
I want to get it going.
All right.
I
But
have
the longer
one-
it sits there, worse shape it's going to be in.
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to give it away if it sits there another year.
Right.
I have one item to add. Mr. Morrow asked that I add Mike Ainsworth as an appointment to Rankin First to replace Sharon Womack.
So moved. All right, I like to make a motion, we add that to the agenda, and then also make a motion that we approve the appointment. So I can do both, Mr. President.
I think you need a second, but I don't hear nobody second.
Yeah, I'll give him a second on that.
Oh, shh.
Sorry about that. I figured you already
I'll tell
typed it,
Mike,
I figured you already
don't
typed it on your computer earlier.
All right, we got a motion by Mr. Morrow to add this item, second by Mr. Cross. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Ayes have it. Now,
I'll make a motion, we appoint approve the item on the agenda, or whatever I need to say.
that's good. All right.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Morrow, second by Mr. Cross. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Ayes have it. All right.
The only thing I have left is executive session. I believe we have personnel, potential litigation, and economic development.
We got contracts
And
too.
potential acquisition of property.
Mhm.
The What, I
It'll be
met with y'all
covered
about
under that.
Tuesday? It will?
It'll be covered.
Okay, all right.
yes, under our categories.
Okay, all right. Have a motion to discuss the need.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Morrison, second by Mr. Morris, discuss the need, go into executive session.
Please
All in
clear
favor
the
say
room.
aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Please clear the room.
Please, yeah, please clear.
Yes, please clear the room, especially the back row. Y'all need to get the heck out. Don't be leaving no listening devices behind either.
Janice, correct me if I'm wrong, but you want us to give you
Yeah.
personnel
Hey,
recommendations
Raymond.
at the end of the thing
Raymond.
as opposed to just throwing them in the garbage?
Raymond,
You wanted this back to dispose
Lunch?
of,
Yeah, I
as
think
opposed
so.
to just throwing everything in the garbage?
I won't leave it on the desk, and I'll come get it.
Oh, you want to hang around a while longer?
change your
That's not a
schedule.
problem. Just leave 'em on
Change your
there.
schedule. You might have got to see. Hey, get another piece of cake on the way out.
Appreciate it.
Got all bearded up over there.
Secret Service.
Yeah.
John was okay with that. As far as he's gonna be.
Y'all have to exit the building.
I'm still in favor of keeping land records.
But they gave you the amounts. so
No,
we're good.
together. I didn't say,
Larry's
I
on
just
the
said
end.
together. Yeah, that's my focus. Together, wherever they go,
He
need to be
did that
together.
on the way.
I did not say that this building is not building. I don't care about that. That was up to that point at that time.
All right.
Okay.
If I may, you got litigation, you've got land acquisition, you've got economic development, you've got personnel.
Okay.
More than enough.
All right.
I'd say so.
Do I hear a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Morrison, second by Mr. Morrow. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.